Karen's obsession with control had taken yet another audacious turn. This time, she attempted to manipulate the legal system itself, trying to trick a judge with forged papers in order to enforce her fabricated HOA rules. Early one morning, she arrived at the courthouse, documents in hand, her expression a mix of overconfidence and desperation. What she didn't anticipate, however, was that her deception would be met with meticulous preparation, evidence, and legal expertise that would leave her humiliated and powerless. Karen began by presenting her forged papers, claiming that they were official court-approved documents validating her authority over my property. She confidently insisted that the judge enforce her demands immediately. Her tone was imperious, and she radiated the kind of self-assuredness that comes from believing rules exist solely to empower oneself. But her plan unraveled the instant the judge and court clerks examined the paperwork. I had anticipated this maneuver. Weeks earlier, I had compiled a full dossier of every interaction with Karen and her HOA, including videos, written records, property deeds, and documented instances of harassment. Every forgery she attempted to submit was cross-referenced, debunked, and prepared for presentation. My lawyer, aware of Karen's previous attempts to manipulate legal systems, ensured that the evidence was complete, airtight, and ready to dismantle her claims in court. As Karen began her performance, presenting the papers and demanding immediate compliance, I calmly stood, allowing her theatrics to unfold. Then, systematically, my attorney began presenting the evidence. The forged nature of the documents, the fabricated rules, the HOA's lack of jurisdiction, and a detailed history of harassment and intimidation. Each point was meticulously documented, leaving no room for ambiguity. Karen's confidence began to crack. The judge, reviewing the evidence and the history of the case, asked pointed questions about the origins of the documents and the legitimacy of her claims. Every lie and forgery was exposed with precision. The courtroom, once filled with tension, shifted toward incredulity as Karen's audacity was systematically dismantled. Her face turned pale, her voice trembled, and every attempt to argue collapsed under the weight of undeniable evidence. Desperate to regain control, Karen attempted one last bluff, claiming that her authority as HOA president gave her the right to circumvent legal procedures. But the judge, having seen the full history of harassment, illegal threats, and fraudulent attempts to enforce authority, dismissed her claims outright. She was admonished in open court, her forged papers formally rejected, and warned that any future attempts to submit fraudulent documents could result in criminal prosecution. By the afternoon, Karen had left the courthouse humiliated, powerless, and exposed. Her obsession with controlling others through deception had collided head-on with preparation, evidence, and law, and she had lost spectacularly. The community, courtroom witnesses, and legal authorities were all left aware of her audacity, deceit, and the extent to which she had tried to manipulate systems for personal gain. This incident marked a significant escalation in Karen's ongoing saga of harassment. Her obsession had evolved from property disputes to attempting legal fraud, yet preparation, authority, and meticulous documentation neutralized her audacity completely. Every attempt to assert control beyond her jurisdiction had backfired, leaving her exposed to legal consequences and public humiliation. By sunset, the courthouse and my property were calm once more. Karen's obsession, which had fueled years of harassment, had been decisively defeated in one of the most public and legally definitive ways possible. Her audacity had collided with strategy, preparation, and the law, and she had lost spectacularly yet again. The lesson was clear. Obsession without preparation and legal grounding leads only to inevitable, unavoidable defeat.